Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to welcome you all to the ceremonial signing of the Memorandum of Agreement between the Department of Science and Technology and Mapua University for the implementation of the Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science with specialization in nanotechnology by research program. I am Roland Andrew Cruz, and I will be your host for this afternoon's session. To start the event, we will now have the invocation to be followed by the Philippine National Anthem.
Lord of wisdom, source of intelligence, we welcome you to this auspicious gathering, an august moment for the pursuit of knowledge that is offered for the glory of your name. We do not wish to ask you more than just you joining us today, but we look forward to your heavenly grace to amplify the desire for truth, to look up for and become prudent to learning. Keep us grounded in your love and mercy as we traverse a challenging path to keeping the inclination of understanding you and your most awe-inspiring creation. Be with us, O Lord, and descend your Spirit on us to maintain an earnest desire for knowledge, truth, and understanding you, the guide of the wise, the stronghold of the learned. This we ask through Christ, our Lord. Amen.
Hello again, everyone. Would like to thank you all for joining us in witnessing this remarkable partnership between DOST and Mapua University. Let me acknowledge first our DOST officials and staff, led by our very own Secretary Fortunato T. de la Peña, our undersecretaries, Undersecretary for Research and Development, Dr. Rowena Cristina L. Guevara, our Undersecretary for Scientific and Technical Services, Dr. Renato Science Education Institute, Dr. Giuseppe Bio, and our Director from the Industrial Technology Development Institute, Dr. Annabel V. Briones. Of course, our partner university, the Mapua University, led by its president and CEO, Dr. Reynaldo B. Vea. Joining him is the Dean of the Graduate School of Mapua University, Dr. Jonathan Winston L. Salvacion. Let us also greet all our media partners and personalities covering this event for us today. Thank you for your time in joining us here. And to everyone who is watching us live from our DOST-ITDI updates and DOST-PH Facebook pages, thank you. To formally open this event and give us an introduction of this research degree program, may I call on our DOST Undersecretary for Research and Development, Dr. Rowena Cristina L. Guevara.
Secretary Fortunato T. de la Peña, President Reynaldo B. Vea, Undersecretary Rene Solidun, Dean Jonathan Winston Salvacion, Director Josette Billo, Director Annabel V. Briones, Deputies Ang Montesa and Marino, our researchers who are here with us today, ladies and gentlemen, magandang agham po sa ating lahat. Thank you all for being here for this momentous occasion for Philippine science, technology, and innovation. When we talk of the Philippines as a developing country, it is easy to think of prosperity in broad and grand terms. Expansive infrastructure and wide public spaces often come to mind as indicators of progress. But these indicators of progress need a very important enabler: human resource, or the warm bodies who will do the work. At first glance, nanotechnology may seem far removed from our daily experiences and the needs of our growing nation, but developments across various industries over the past decade have shown its immediate usefulness in areas diverse as agriculture, energy, food safety, information technology, medicine, transportation, and even national security. The use of nanotechnology across multiple key sectors led to its identification as a key priority area under the DOST Harmonized National Research and Development Agenda and the Science and Technology Graduate Scholarship Programs of the DOST Science Education Institute. DOST wasted no time in advancing the nation's nanotechnology capacity by forging collaborations with various local and international organizations. The initial plan was a modest one: to establish a master's degree program to be developed and taught by Iranian visiting professors and later turned over to local universities after the graduation of its initial cohort. However, in recognition of the importance of nanotechnology in the years to come as a research and development area, we soon expanded this proposal to include a full doctorate program that also included teaching personnel from DOST's own Industrial Technology Development Institute, or DOST-ITDI. Our objectives are twofold. First, we will train high-level human resources in nanotechnology who will contribute to the country's global competitiveness and economic development. And second, we will provide scholarship opportunities to talented and deserving S&T professionals to pursue advanced degrees in nanotechnology. It is a daring and visionary plan, and one that can be a game changer for the Philippines' STI ecosystem. For this very reason, we thank the Mapua University for being our proud partner in this journey, the first and only institution to develop and soon implement our program for a PhD in material science, major in nanotechnology by research. Together, the DOST Science Education Institute, in close collaboration with the DOST Industrial Technology Development Institute and the Mapua University, are working hand in hand to implement the Philippines' first graduate degree program in nanotechnology. Today, as we formalize this partnership, we toast the visionary planning that brought us all together, even as we celebrate what is, in more ways than one, a small but momentous step forward. Magandang agam po sa ating lahat.
Thank you very much, Undersecretary Rowena Cristina L. Guevara. And now, let us hear the message from our Secretary of the Department of Science and Technology, Secretary Fortunato T. de la Peña.
Magandang hapon sa ating lahat, to the officials and representatives of Mapua University led by Dr. Reynaldo Bea, to members of the DOST family led by Undersecretary Rowena Guevara, and particularly those from the Science Education Institute and the Industrial Technology Development Institute, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. A pleasant day to all of you, and thank you very much for being here. This is a very significant undertaking as we formally launch a pioneering program for advanced studies in nanotechnology, which we gladly want to support under our scholarship offerings. For me, it is actually satisfying 3 wishes that I had from the beginning of my term as DOST Secretary. The first one is to have a PhD by research as an added strategy to our human resource development program in science and technology. Number 2 is to engage the DOST's research and development institutes into active partnerships with the higher educational institutions, the universities. The third is to have our research and development institutes as principal players in PhD by research program. There is a fourth wish related to this, and it will be realized when all our DOST research and development institutes are already partners in PhD by research of some local or foreign higher educational institution. Nanotechnology has been in our radar for more than a decade now. In fact, even during the days of PCASTAD, the Philippine Council for Advanced Science and Technology Research and Development, which was later on merged with PSHIRD, the department already drew a roadmap to explore and exploit the potentials of nanotechnology in our country. At that time, we had a dearth of experts, okay, who have integrated it in the closely tied fields of biotechnology and materials science. So we have the so-called the GNR, genomics, nanotechnology, and robotics as emerging areas. Okay, we have also noted then that the global investment in nanotechnology R&D has already reached something like $10 billion US dollars. This goes to show that the economies are going all in nanotechnology, and rightfully so, given its wide-ranging applications in medicine, in energy, in agriculture, in food production, in space science, in semiconductors and electronics, and information technology, among many others. Over the years, we have initiated several collaborations between leading universities and research institutions, locally and internationally, that mostly focus on semiconductors, on agricultural applications, on food safety, on medicinal applications, and even pest control. We have more experts now than before, but the field continues to surprise us with its ever-widening potential. Hence, we need to push for more programs for its development. This scholarship program for a PhD in material science with specialization in nanotechnology by research is yet another milestone that we can include in our growing nanotechnology portfolio. This is also the first PhD by research program that is supported by DOST. Okay? The DOST points to nanotechnology as an enabling technology for national competitiveness because of its multiple applications. As we develop more homegrown talents in the field, we can slowly boost innovation in the country. And one metric to measure this is a potential surge in intellectual property or patent applications for the many nanotechnology products that are seen to emerge from our industries and research institutes. We also hope to continue increasing the funding for nanotechnology research and development as it remains one of the priority areas under our harmonized national research and development agenda. Slowly but surely, we are getting to where we want to be in terms of nanotechnology. I must confess that our visit to Iran after the Philippines signed a bilateral agreement on science and technology with Iran opened my eyes to the many innovations that can be generated through nanotechnology. In the case of Iran, they actually, within a very short period of time, rose from rank 20 to rank number 4 in terms of international scientific publications in nanotechnology. So I said, if they can do it, we can do it too. Finally, let me just say that this collaboration among Mapua University, the Science Education Institute, and the Industrial Technology Development Institute is very strategic in nature, as it clearly specifies specific roles for each of the parties, making use of its organization's core strengths. DOST-ITDI will tactically provide guidance on research projects areas for our PhD students' dissertations, and they will lend technical assistance in the pursuit of such research outcomes, providing the facilities for the research work. Our DOST Science Education Institute, SEI, will help Mapua in screening and recruiting qualified PhD students to avail of the program, and of course, give them the financial support for the scholarship. Of course, Mapua University, as the pioneering institution to offer this PhD program, shall have the opportunity to implement the program as designed and constantly improve on it using the things that we will learn along the way. Our country is still in dire need of nanotech experts who can lead in planning and implementing research and development projects, even packaging technologies for adoption, and also in dissemination and communication for potential beneficiaries. But I must say that we are making good progress thanks to everyone who are helping us out. And we hope that with you, we can continue bringing fruitful benefits of science, technology, and innovation for our people. I'm really very happy about this event. As I said, this was in my wish list when I started as secretary of the OST, and at least masasabi ko before I end, this became a reality. Thank you for helping us realize our vision. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat at mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thank you very much, Secretary De La Peña. Of course, this partnership would not be complete without our partner university, the Mapua University. Let us now hear from Mapua University's President and CEO, Dr. Reynaldo B. Vea.
Good evening, everyone. We are glad and we are proud to add this partnership to the list of partnerships that we have with the Department of Science and Technology. I wish to thank the ITDI for sharing equipment, expertise, and for being the one to guide us in our research projects. Thank you, Dr. Annabel Briones. We also wish to thank the Science Education Institute under Dr. Josette Bio for being the one to help us vet prospective students for this program, as well as to offer them scholarships. And I wish to thank the DOST officials, led of course by Secretary de la Peña, Yusek Guevara, and Yusek Soledum, and other DOST officials for making this partnership possible. You know, for a private school, it is rather difficult to propose any new programs because unlike, I suppose, the state universities and colleges, we are imbued with certain other characteristics. But we also have a mission to serve the public good, so that in this instance, for example, even though the gains might be marginal, very marginal at best, we take on such projects because we think that, like you, this will redound to the national benefit. But also we look at it in a greater context, that without graduate education in our school, how can we ever hope to be able to commercialize intellectual property? And we are glad that this is something that has become within reach because of the DOST support. First of all, for commercialization directly under your fast track system, and for support to technology business incubators. So, you know, we and our board look at it also as a system, as a whole system, where the backbone is actually academic, and these are the graduate programs. Well, as you know, in academia, gestation period is very long. But over the years, in 20 years, for example, we have managed to increase our graduate offerings. And we are helped along by technology, by digital technology in instance, as we offer our programs online. In fact, all of our master's programs have an online version. And before the pandemic, they actually grew significantly. And even in PhD, we're going to offer, or we're going to deliver some or part of the courses online. With responsible students, we think that this will work quite well. So I just like to reiterate that we are not one to shy away from pioneering ventures. And we are glad that we'll be able to do this with you and to help DOST attain its vision. And of course, to help Mapua attain its vision as well of being a university that is truly a player in the global arena. So once again, I'd like to thank Secretary de la Peña, Yusek Guevara, Yusek Solidum, Director Briones, Director Bio, for giving us this opportunity to be able to offer a PhD, no less, in the field of biotechnology under material science, it being one of the major technologies that will carry our country forward in the coming decades, along with digital technology, biotechnology, neurotechnology, and the like. So once again, thank you for this partnership. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you, Dr. Bea. Indeed, this partnership is a great leap in increasing our pool of nanotechnology experts in the country and realizing the wonders that nanotechnology can bring to many aspects of our society. For those who just joined us, we are being aired live from our Facebook page, DOST-ITDI Updates. Our moderators and tech team are monitoring also your comments and questions. So for our media partners and all those who are joining us online, you may type in your questions, comment in this live feed, and we will be reading it, and we will try our best to answer and to accommodate all of these questions. With that, we now have come to the highlight of today's event, the ceremonial signing of the Memorandum of Agreement between the Department of Science and Technology and Mapua University. Our official signatories include Secretary Fortunato T. de la Peña, President of Mapua, Dr. Reynaldo B. Vea, Undersecretary Dr. Rowena Cristina L. Guevara, Undersecretary Dr. Renato U. Solidum Jr., Director Dr. Josette P. Bio, and Director Dr. Annabel V. Briones, and the Dean of Graduate School, Dr. Jonathan Winston L. Salvacion. To all our signatories, you may now start signing the Memorandum of Agreement. Again, this Memorandum of Agreement concretizes the partnership of DOST and Mapua University in implementing the PhD in Material Science with specialization in nanotechnology by research. This is the first of its kind in our country, and so we are inviting everyone joining us in our FB Live, our material scientists and other allied professions, to enroll under this program. All right. You may want to hold the document first so that thank you, everyone. Thank you to our signatories. Just hold the document for some moment. Okay. Thank you very much to our signatories, to our DOST and Mapua University officials. We have now officially signed the Memorandum of Agreement and have become partners for the implementation of the PhD in Material Science, specialization in nanotechnology by research program. Let us now, may I ask all of those joining us on the Zoom to kindly open your cameras as well, so that we will also have a photo session of all those joining us in the Zoom. The tech team will be looking at all the panels, so just keep your smiles as we pan through the different panels in the Zoom. First, we are joined by the officials from the Department of Science and Technology, from the officials of Mapua University, our nanotechnology experts, our deputy directors, and chiefs of the different divisions. Just keep smile. Keep that smile. I think we're okay. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Pwede bang isang kuha na kaming dalawa ni Dr. Bea ay hawak namin?
Yes, sir.
Kami yung signatory eh.
Yes, sir.
Sige.
We'll have the tech team have that. We'll now focus on Secretary De La Peña and President Bea as the main signatories of this partnership.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Ayan, yan.
Again, sir.
Ngayon. Just the
Yes,
two of
sir.
us.
Just the
Sekboy.
two of you. Sir.
Yan. Okay na?
Okay na.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Secretary De La Peña, and thank you, Dr. Vea. While we're waiting for some of the questions, if there would be any from our live feed, let us now hear first the closing remarks. To officially close the ceremony, may I call on the Dean of the Graduate School of Mapua University, Dr. Jonathan Winston L. Salvacion.
Thank you, Roland, and good evening to everyone listening or watching. First of all, I would like to reiterate in behalf of my university and our president, our sincerest thanks for the honor and pleasure of being selected once again to implement an academic program, and not just an academic program, but a first in the history of academia, a program to be implemented by our university. And in particular, I would like to thank Secretary Fortunato Boy de la Peña and Undersecretary, and I dare to say my friend Rowena Guevara for this trust bestowed on Mapua. I also would like to thank my counterparts in the ITDI, led by its director, Dr. Briones, with whom we will be working directly to implement instruction and research, and whose facilities we will be entrusted to use. Of course, we are also indebted already to our counterparts in the SEI, its director, Dr. Rosette Bio, and Deputy Albert Marino, with whom we will be working to ensure support for the scholars who will be entering the program. And of course, I would like also to mention the numerous staff of these offices who helped us craft together the proposal, and in particular those who coordinated with me directly to write the line item budget and such details, which I think were crucial in the development of the final plan and proposal. I would like to mention Roland Cruz, because he was one of my former students, and because he was the only one that my poor memory can recall at this moment. But there were others with whom I exchanged emails while we were developing the program, and I expressed my gratitude to them, not only my gratitude, but the gratitude of the Mapua community. Secondly, I would like to express the hope and desire that one day nanotechnology will become an independent program by itself and not just a track in material science and engineering. Finally, I would like to express my commitment in to bring this program into fruition and success. I think that within the week, my counterparts and I will be meeting to start the ball rolling. Thank you very much and good evening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Salvacion. So before we formally close this program, we have one question po from the live feed that we have sa ating Facebook Live. And I think this is the question in everyone's mind. Would like to read from Irene Addis of STII. Hi, sir. This is a great endeavor of the DOST and MAPUA. So this is a general question lang naman po, how do we qualify for the said scholarship? Anyone from our officials would want to answer the about the qualification?
Of course,
Yes,
this
Dr. Jonathan.
the criteria for qualifying into the program are determined by the graduate school, by the policies of Mapua University, but they are not impossible to meet. If you have a background in chemistry, such as chemical engineering or material science, it will be very easy for you to enter the program. Otherwise, there will be bridge courses that will allow you to enter this program. Because it is a program that is essentially not only a research program, but a multidisciplinary one, it is in practice a program that is open to many, many fields of engineering and science. That is in general what I can say about the program.
And can I add to that?
Yes po. Yes, Secretary.
Yeah, I would like Dr. Bio also to say something about the scholarship itself. Okay, it's really part of the graduate scholarship programs of DOST-SEI, and I just would like to highlight the, shall we say, the innovativeness of Dr. Bio in terms of creating a separate program for this that will not put it under ERDT. Can you say something about that, Dr. Bio?
Well, this is a new program, and since we want to fast track it, so this is a standalone program which is really meant to be delivered by Mapua Institute of Technology in partnership with ITDI and also SEI. So standalone, bago siya sa Pilipinas. And the mode of delivery is PhD by research. So it is an innovative program. And the first thing that those who are interested would like, those who are interested, ang unang gagawin ay get admission from Mapua University because their policy is of paramount importance. Once they have already acceptance from Mapua, then they apply for the scholarship, and Mapua endorses that to Science Education Institute. Meron lang tayong age limit. Peter, I think it's 50. They should not be above 50 years old.
Yes, ma'am. It's 50 years old.
And citizenship also.
Yeah, Filipino citizen. And I think it's also a requirement that they should have a parang capsule proposal, or if that is a requirement of Mapua, no? Kung requirement nila yon, then they should also have that para from the start alam na kung anong direction ng research ang gagawin.
At saka no full-time employment during this scholarship.
Yes, since they are on a full scholarship, they should get a leave from their institutions. It's also very important that kasi alam ko ang interesado dito ang mga DOST employees natin, you should also be endorsed by your respective agency directors.
Okay.
Right, maraming yes po.
Ang first batch natin ngayong November ba? Or sa January?
I think it should depende yan sa Mapua, how soon they can admit the students. At SEI naman, as soon as merong endorsement ang Mapua to us, support kami kaagad.
If there are qualified applicants, meaning that they have the proper requirements, documentary requirements, I think that they can start anytime because the PhD MSE is already in place, and this is only a track that they will enter. Yes.
Anyway, as I stated earlier, I wish to see the other research and development institutes to follow also the example of ITDI. Eventually, hopefully, all of our RDIs will have PhD by research in partnership with the universities, whether local or abroad. Nagulat ako kay Yusek Geb kasi yan ay pinag-usapan lang namin, parang Mayo lang ba yan, Yusek Geb? And I was so surprised, ang bilis ng mga pangyayari. Yusek Geb, kwento mo nga kung ano. Ano yung mga hurdles na dinaanan mo?
Tech boy, walang hurdle dito kasi talagang cooperative lahat eh.
Yes, sa CHED.
Ah, sir, yun talaga. Pero sir, ang maganda, nakapag-adjust tayo kaagad. From nanotech, ginawa nating material science in nanotech. And thank you to Mapua.
Tama-tama, suggestion din naman nila yun.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So sir, after this MOA signing, we can already release the information, especially to our DOST agencies.
Yes, ma'am.
Mga ilan ba ang kaya ma-accommodate sa first batch, Annabelle?
Good evening po sa lahat. Sekboy, ang ating target muna is 10.
Okay. So, meron naman tayong 10 slots, Dr. Bio.
Walang problema, sir. So, kung meron tayong 10 slots, the way forward there is that they get admission first from Mapua University.
Opo.
I'm sure
Then,
marami rin mag-a-apply from outside DOST. I'm sure merong mag-a-apply. Okay. Very good. Salamat. Salamat, Ray.
Salamat, Sekboy.
Okay.
Sek Geb, Sek Lidum.
Congratulations.
President Ray.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Jonas.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you
Pio.
job,
Thank you,
Jonas.
Dr. Annabelle.
Thank you, sir.
po sa lahat. May ITDI family, thank you. Thank you, Sekboy, Yusek Geb.
Thank you, Albert and Peter.
And
Roland.
President Bea.
Okay.
And Dr. Jonas.
Thank you. Thank you, Roland.
Dr. Roland, thank you.
Bahala ka na sa
Nakaline up na ba
schedule,
yung
ha?
faculty natin? Ayan na si Dr. Blessy, Dr. Marisa, Dr. Persia. Kayo ba yung faculty natin?
Nandiyan mo sila.
Dr.
Dr.
Monsaga.
Selly. Nako,
Yeah.
ayan, nakaline
And
up na.
Dr. Montesa po.
Ready to serve.
Oh.
Dr. Montesa po.
Yan, Dr.
Si Bless,
Montesa. Yan, ready
si
na.
Bless ba, ano na? Full-time na sa Mapua?
Hindi pa, sir.
Hindi pa?
Hindi pa po.
Doc.
Hindi pa po, sir. Kasi ano siya, RD lead natin siya po. Si Dr. Blessy.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
RD lead.
Director Annabelle, may suggestion ako.
Opo.
Mag-active recruitment na tayo para i-endorse na natin sa Mapua for acceptance. After which, pag na-accept ng Mapua, Mapua endorses that to SEI for the scholarship. Para
Opo.
mabilis.
Yes.
Okay.
Kami may three dito sa ITDI. So, 7 na lang.
Okay, I'll see the faculty in Mapua when the situation permits.
Meron din sa faculty ng Mapua.
Opo.
Yeah.
Very
Maganda
good.
yung may faculty na, Sir Dr. Bea, para pwede na siyang mag-stand-alone program na PhD talaga
Yes.
in nanotechnology in the
Correct,
near
yes.
future. Oo.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Sa PNRI ba wala kaya mag-a-apply? Hindi natin alam ano.
Meron yan, sir.
Meron po, meron po.
Dyan.
FPRDI, meron din interested, sir.
Okay, very good.
Pati sa PTRI, sir.
Meron.
So, Director Annabelle, bigyan natin deadline next week
Yeah,
to submit their intent. Oo.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.